Thank you. Roll call, please.
Yes. President Peng,
Here.
Vice President Romano,
Here.
Mr. Shi, Ms. White,
Here.
Mr. Mohan Patel,
Present.
Mr. Baral Patel, Mr. Schneider,
Here.
Mr. Rivera,
Here.
Mr. Vishal Patel. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Opening statement?
In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Public Law 1975, C-231 Sunshine Law, copies of this public meeting notice were sent to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger on January 3rd and March 30th, 2023. Members of the public may participate at regular meetings in accordance with the bylaws of the board and applicable state regulations.
Thank you. So, in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231 PL 1975, adjourned to a confidential session for the purpose of discussing confidential student matters, personnel matters, health insurance contract dispute, formal staff, and student litigations. So motion to adjourn to privileged session.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. We're going to be out by 7 o'clock sharp. Thank you.
Three of the red.
Hello. All right, I know you guys are all excited for tonight. Can I get a participation from you all, right? When I say, can I get a 2 clap, I want everybody to clap twice, but we have to be in sync, all right? Can I get a 2 clap? 2 clap. Come on, you guys could do better than that. Can I get a 2 clap? All right, good job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mo. Okay. We have a motion to reconvene to the open session.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Dr. Adarelli?
Thank you, Ms. Peng. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. Hey, so this is one of the most exciting nights of the year where we get the opportunity to celebrate really what we're all here for, and that's the business that we have at hand, and that's student achievement and the accolades that have been bestowed upon all of the children that we see in front of us. How about a round of applause for all of our students in this room currently right now? Ladies and gentlemen, none of this happens without the hard work of our children, of our parents, of our teachers, our paraprofessionals, our support staff, our building level and district level leadership, our central office staff, and of course without the support of the volunteers that we have up on here on the stage in our Board of Education. Round of applause for those individuals too that you see each and every day that foster and promote the highest level of academic success and student achievement that we have come to know here in Edison Township. It's a privilege to be a part of this organization. Before I turn it over to our very talented MC for the evening, what I would like to request from everybody in the audience, our children, our teachers have worked very hard this evening. We do ask, we have a very brief presentation tonight, that everybody stay so that we can actually watch all of the children receive these awards until the very, very end. If you are able to do that, we would greatly appreciate it. This is a night of celebration and success. We promise to move the agenda along very quickly. And I do thank you for your time. So without any further hesitation, I would like to introduce Mr. Thomas White, Supervisor of our Visual and Performing Arts.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tom White, and I'm the District Supervisor of Visual and Performing Arts. I'd like to welcome all of you to our Edison Board of Education June Student Recognition Night. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Board of Education, Dr. Aldarelli, as well as our Central Office Administration for hosting this event. I would also like to thank all of our principals in attendance today. Tonight, we will be celebrating the outstanding accomplishments that our students have achieved in so many different academic, artistic, and athletic pursuits since we last met in December. We humbly ask that all parents and students please stay till the end of the presentation, and that students being recognized, please stand at their seat when their name is called. Without any further delay, let's begin our program. First, I would like to introduce Donna Betamarco, principal of James Madison Intermediate Elementary School.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Aldarelli and the Edison Board of Education for providing us with the opportunity to recognize our amazing students. I am honored to come before you today as the proud principal of James Madison Intermediate School to congratulate the following students for being accepted into the New Jersey State Elementary Choir under the tutelage of our wonderful music teacher, Miss Becky Tarby. Students, please stand when I say your name. Alvina Takum, Shreyas Rajaraman, Anusha Senthil, Vidhi Srivastav, Arisha Islam, Rehan Narayan, Vivan Pandey, Arna Jain, Sanvi Hazra, Viday Nandakumar, Harshitha Arinath, Lakshmi Renduchinthala, and Avantika Santosh. Congratulations, JMI Knights, and congratulations to all students being recognized this evening. I would now like to introduce Mr. Duggan and Dr. Feldman, the principal and assistant principal of Menlo Park School.
Good evening, and congratulations to all recipients. I'd like to introduce our advisors for the Odyssey of the Mind team, Mrs. Blair and Mrs. Selesky. I'd like to start with problem 1, Pirates and Treasures. They took second place at the state competition. Sarah Asukumar, please stand. Narain Hariharan, Ayush Karchirkia, Shratamama Mujidar, Nathan Padilla, and Arya Patel.
For problem 5, the most dramatic problem ever, they took regional second place. Alekia Arcot Vantel, Mritika Arun, Harshita Dantanetti, Japna Dat, Jia Hulakari, Krishantha Pasagadula, and Risa Veda.
At this time, we'd like to ask Mrs. Paprasanos, principal of MLK, to the microphone.
You can tell my crew here in the yellow. So, hi, my name is Ms. Paprasanos. I am the proud principal of Martin Luther King Elementary. Before I begin, I just want to give a huge proud shout out because these teams that performed in World, this year, over 15 years, is the first time that we actually got the top 3 in the world for elementary. So without further ado, let's recognize these wonderful students. So third place World, where's the structure? Ark Bhatt, Krishiv Khandawal, Kiara Mahawaro, Mahan Manier, Samantha Uman, Zara Jarwala, Shavan Vardhan. Third place World. Okay. In my next crew, because I can, 5th place World. Ansh Middle, Jia Shah, Navya Shah, Neil Badiana, Vidhu Vashant, Swarzi Shabins, and Shavika Shadara, 5th place. And the most dramatic problem ever, 19th place World, Akshara Japandi, Nish Badiana, Amay Mashwari, Ritvik Shrishana, Shrija Ghosh, Prajushi Uola. Thank you so much. Hey, I would now like to introduce Dr. James Falco, Thomas Jefferson Middle School Vice President.
Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Dr. James Falco. I am a proud assistant principal at Thomas Jefferson Middle School. I would like to thank Dr. Aldarelli and the Edison Board of Education for providing us an opportunity to recognize student excellence beyond the classroom. Under the direction of head coach Daniel Levine, I'd like to recognize members of the Thomas Jefferson Middle School boys basketball team for winning this year's Edison Township Middle School basketball tournament. Students, please stand when you hear your name. Vincent King, Julian Pinero, Zamar Rayford, Mayer Christian, Alex Garbolino, Jake Garbolino, Sean Garland, Johnson Lynn, Arnav Mohan, Edward Schneider, Nicholas Schneider, Assad Slayton, Peter Zamansky, Julian Tan, Raymond Tavares. Thank you, gentlemen. Under the direction of head coach Kelly Ryan, I would also like to recognize members of the Thomas Jefferson Middle School girls basketball team for winning this year's Edison Township Middle School basketball tournament. Students, please stand when you hear your name. Tamika Bynum, Fermi Falusi, Sarai Norris, Carmela Arona, Janya Mehta, Sophia Pecora, Susan Ashinsky, Eva Simon, Peyton Pelicane, Delaney Pelicane, Kaylee Smith. Thank you so much. Under the direction of FCCLA advisor Hugo Estevez, who couldn't be with us tonight, I'd also like to recognize the following student for winning first place in the Luncheon Menu Showcase. Students, please stand when you hear your name, or student. Diptanshu Halder, please stand up. Diptanshu, please remain standing. Under the direction of Science Bee advisors, Mr. Michael Walenter and Ms. Holly Rebovich, I'd also like to recognize the following student for winning first place in the 8th grade regional Science Bee, Diptanshu Halder, once again. Congratulations again to all our students and advisors recognized tonight. It is now my pleasure to introduce Brian McGrath, principal of Herbert Hoover Middle School.
Good evening. I'd like to thank Dr. Aldarelli, Mrs. Pang, our board president, the entire Board of Education, and Mr. White for providing us with the opportunity to honor this very special group of Herbert Hoover Middle School students. Students, please stand when you hear your name called. I'll start with Sophia Wu, who under the tutelage of Mr. Joseph Cunningham was accepted into the CJMEA Regional Band. Next, I'd like to recognize Anisha Mitra for taking home bronze at the FCCLA Spring Leadership Conference in the category of Yarn Art. I'd like to recognize those students who won gold at the FCCLA Spring Leadership Conference in their respective categories. First place gold, Sonia Sheath, Windows of Fashion. Second place gold, Gary Girdhar, Siddhi Dandri, and Parth Shah in the category of International Food. Congratulations to Ms. Joanna DiFrancesco, who dutifully served as their knowledgeable and inspirational advisor. I would now like to introduce my esteemed colleague, Dr. Joni Valentine from John Adams Middle School.
Thank you, and congratulations to all of our award recipients tonight. Thank you to Dr. Aldarelli and the Board of Education for providing us this wonderful opportunity. It truly is amazing. Congratulations to Mrs. Montana, the director of our orchestra, and the following students for CJMEA Chamber Orchestra and NJMEA All-State Intermediate Orchestra. Vivev Sitaraman, Nata Thota, Charlotte G. Dressel. Congratulations to all of you. Also, congratulations to CJMEA Region String Orchestra, Pranav Shankar. And finally, congratulations, CJMEA Region Chamber Honors Orchestra, Sighari Krishnan, Aparna Nair, Advita Rajiv, Nika Kobayaski, Vikesh Patel, Aditya Reddy, Malvika Mishra, Anvita Singhal, Raghav Alapamura, Vashu Agrawal. Congratulations to all of you. Mr. Mulcahy, our band director, couldn't be here tonight, but under his direction, congratulations to CJMEA Region Band, Eric Day, Arush Bola, Avinash Rajakal. Congratulations to Mr. Spurnell and the Odyssey of the Mind students, 3rd place state finals and 11th place world finals, Shev Vardhan, Kriti Dayalu, Shreya Bhatia, Anjali Vemula, Purav Ashok, Ayan Salian, Saketh Vemula, Ria Lukayal. And congratulations, 2nd place state finals, 4th place world finals, Ria Lucky Hall, Nitya Puli, Charlotte G. Dressel, Carter Williams, Neha Thata, Ava Dave, and Avika Shukla. And finally, under the direction of Ms. Sego and Mrs. Kramer, our FCCLA Spring Leadership students, congratulations to all of you, Soham Gulati, Fatima Zora Poonawala, Aparna Nair, Anushka Patel, Jia Bugachi, Keelan Parikh, Arav Brahmbat, Kushi Montani, Uvdi Badi, Anvita Singhal, Jenna Trotman, Amishi Gupta, Anmal Bomnik, Sanya Talwar. Congratulations to all of you. And before introducing our next speaker, thank you to Mr. Ross for hosting tonight, and thank you for the air condition. Since last year at this time, it was 120 degrees in this auditorium, and we saw the steam in the air, so thank you for that. And now, Mrs. Blevins from Woodrow Wilson Middle School.
All right. First, thank you to the Board of Education and Dr. Aldarelli for hosting this student recognition night. Congratulations to all the Edison students being recognized tonight for shining bright. I have the honor and privilege of recognizing the fabulous students of Woodrow Wilson Middle School. Please stand when your name is called. First up, our math competition team under the advisement of Miss Debbie Jasper for a clean sweep, 1st through 3rd place in both girls and boys tournaments at the Mount St. Mary Academy Mathematics Competition. 1st place, Smriti Sudarsam. 2nd place, Suvranitha Gadro. 3rd place, Ahana Shah. At the St. Joseph's Math Competition, for the boys, 1st place, Sahil Ghosh. 2nd place, Arush Batra. And 3rd place, Akyan Sachin. For National History Day, under the advisement of Miss Wendy Hurwitz, and some of our students are not able to be here right now because they're still traveling back from nationals in Washington, D.C., but our state competition winners for group exhibit on Title IX, Anya Trivedi, Arya Matre, Ashi Lavanya, Anaya Javeri, Ambika Kumar. Individual website on Watergate, Harini Marala. Individual documentary on Nikola Tesla, Mancha Sayal. The next group of students represents our fantastic music program, which in the history of WWMS has the most students ever receiving CJMEA region honors. First to start, our chorus under the direction of Miss Julia Jess, Nose Region 2 Intermediate Mixed Chorus, Dhruv Merchandani, Ashani Chakravorty, Raya Dutta, Disha Balaji, Ambika Kumar, Sanvi Sharma, Sanvi Chakekar. Region 2, Intermediate Treble Chorus, Aditya Kadamani. Meghna Ravindran. Swara Joshi. Akira Kilson. Raga Ramesh. Anvita Nair. Anukta Tripathi, Nalani Bharathavan, Candice Solomon, Sai Lahari Komeni, Aksha Sharma, Dhanashri Carey, and Ashi Sharma. For our band, under the direction of Mr. Sal Fasa, CJ, MEA, Region 2 Intermediate Band, Karis Lin, Thomas Swang, Mahi Palawal, Sartik Kumar, Arav Kumar, Aiden Chow, Saish Kol, Eshin Nadpara, Suduti Gosher, Sahil Ghosh, Krishna Babu, and Abhinav Girish. Our orchestra, under the direction of Miss Liu, Region 2 Chamber Orchestra, Paige Wang and Lalani Gopal. All-State Intermediate String Orchestra, Lalani Gopal, Paige Wang, Yashwant Balagurasamy, Ahana Shah. Region 2 String Orchestra, Yashwant Balagurasamy, Ahana Shah, Pranav Murthy, Suvarnitha Gajarao, and Catherine Wu. Next up, our FCCLA for the first time ever competing at the state level under Miss Ashley Welch and Miss Abba Patel. First place gold manners matter, Mahika Bhatt. International food, first place, Emma Dessa, Srujana Panda. Second place, gold, international food, Sahana Anand, Ria Katswarnan. First place, silver cake decorating, Neha Chanel. First place, bronze cake decorating, Athalia Kurian. Third place, bronze cake decorating, Umaima Shazadi. Third place, bronze reinventing spaces, Aman Wali, Shavi Tyagi. Odyssey of the Mind, which some of these members did go on to compete at Worlds under the advisement of Mr. Thomas and Miss Jedjits. Third place, Pirates and the Treasure, Vihan Sandarkar, Shorya Patel, Panov Sankar, Ashwin Kurabakaran, Shorya Thakar, and Neil Bajaj. Third place, Because I Can, Kavalya Dutta, Ayan Patel, Arihant Goel, Nurav Kamboj, Shiva Manakandan. Third place, The Walls of Troy, Annika Sawant, Rachel Lopes, Sai Ashika Prudvi, Niranjana Prakesh Kumar, Raya Dutta, Tanisha Sahai. Third place, Where's the Structure? Ran Vijay Singh, Ishan Patel, Daksh Dwavedi, Rohit Jayakumar, Adwacha Samada, Devith Bhatt, Vishast Kumara Puraju. New Jersey State Finals, Division 2, Where's the Structure? Third place, Pranav Thoda, Vibhat Puchalapalli, Aditya Dwasari, Abhinav Panchala, Akram Razak, Vikrant Yadav, Madhav Karubu. WWMS Model United Nations under the advisement of Miss Sarah El Mejdu, Best Delegate Conference Outstanding Delegates, Ashani Chakravorty, Ahan Gupta, Nrivda Puchalapalli, Ashwath Sarath Kumar. Best Delegate, Avika Upreti. Best Delegate, JAMUN Conference, Rishab Girish and Mancha Sayal. And last but not least, our FBLA in their second year of competing, going to nationals in a few weeks to Atlanta, Georgia. First place, Business Ethics, Yves Raval Sanvicheth. First place, Business Etiquette, Shantha Srinivasa Swetha. Second place, Business Etiquette, Charlize Asif. First place, Career Research, Sahasra Nuthaki. Second place, Career Research, Risha Shah. Second place, Community Service Presentations, Shri Nihal Tamana. Second place, Critical Thinking, Ridit Agrawal. First place, Digital Citizenship, Pranav Venkataraman. Second place, Exploring Business Issues, Prisha Kandhari. First place, Exploring Computer Science, Nikhil Vijay. Second place, Exploring Computer Science, Neil Bajaj. Second place, Exploring Economics, Nishal Talugala. First place, Exploring Technology, Arit Malhotra. First place, FBLA Concepts, Gautam Rajesh. Second place, FBLA Mission and Pledge, Sai Sandra. Second place, Financial Literacy, Prisha Kandhari. Second place, Interpersonal Communication, Yashash Kamara Jugada. First place, Leadership, Kumari Tawari. Second place, Leadership, Anya Yadav. First place, Learning Strategies, Hasini Vumaji. First place, Multimedia and Website Development, Vrishruti Mehta. Second place, Multimedia and Website Development, Rishabh Jain. First place, Running an Effective Meeting, Ane Tandon. Second place, Running an Effective Meeting, Arjun Sudhakar. And first place, Video Game Challenge, Joshin Rajaskanan and Stavir Vichari. And thank you to our advisors, Ms. Christine Cameron and Ms. Mel Felipe. Thank you, Ms. Mendarata, for the videos tonight, our assistant principal. Congratulations to the WWMS students. And now it is my honor to introduce Ms. Meredith Quick from J.P. Stevens.
Good evening and welcome everyone. We are so excited to be able to share with you this evening all of the great accomplishments our students have achieved this year, and there are quite a few. So we're going to get started first with our winter sports. So our boys basketball team with head coach Mr. Christopher Garcia, we had our first team all red division with Elijah Peters. Congratulations. Next, for our boys swimming with head coach Mr. Patrick Osadas, we had first team all red division with Sean Stank, Anthony Chu, Jaden Zhang, Aman Mies, and Arnav Lang. Congratulations. For again, our boys swimming all conference, Sean Stank, Anthony Chu, Jaden Zhang, and Aman Mies. And for our girls team, swimming team, we have first team all red division, Shankriti Nayak. Congratulations. Now for our boys bowling with our head coach, Mr. John Canova. We have first team all white division, Charlie Mancruz and Aditya Vishanan. For our all white division and GMC Conference Sportsmanship Award, again for our boys bowling team, we have Charlie Mancruz, Yash Patel, Krishiti Jain, Adrina Kachakra, Anthony Palello, Dhruv Pawar, Dylan Persal, Simran Rajpal, yes, Ujjal Shea, Aditya Vishan, and Felix Shu. Congratulations. And for all conference, our JP bowling team, we have Charlie Mancruz. And for our all-white division, boys bowling, we have Aditya Vishan, Charlie Mancruz. Congratulations to all of them. For our girls bowling with our head coach, Miss Lisa Ryan, we have achieved first team all-white division, Sarah Rodriguez and Shreya Nanda. For our boys winter track with head coach, Mr. Joe Ravito, we had first team all division for Shalok Mehta. Congratulations. And for our girls winter track first team all red division, Grace Best. Now on to our spring sports. For girls lacrosse with our head coach, Miss Rachel Toprek. We have first team all white division for Shreya Putterji, Cassidy Gesualdo, Cameron Belinsky, and Kristen Whitney. For our boys lacrosse team with head coach, Mr. Adam Sklar. For our first team all-white division, Kevin Solf. For our girls softball with head coach, Miss Carolyn Ratty, in our first year, she also received Red Division Coach of the Year. Her team members, 2 students for our first team all-red division, McKenna Graham and Nicolette DeSario. For our girls golf with head coach, Mr. Michael Sider, all conference, Pooja Jade, first team, all red division, Pooja Jade and Ashani Vakil. Congratulations. Now on to our boys volleyball team with head coach, Mr. Scott Timko. For all red division, they achieved the Sportsmanship Award. We have Aman Kam, Alaric Liu, Venkata Sri Sai Chandra Chidala, Nathan Jang, Pranav Vinay, Pratik Wali, Sahom M. Patel, Charles Chung, Akshay Sagivi, Navin Ramchabak, Namit Tamak, Q. Jose Barrita Figueredo, Mihir Tabarti, and Roman Sadowski. For our girls spring track with head coach, Mr. Joe Ravito. For first team all red division, Marcella Iverson, Kylie Nunez, Ashik Gante, and Grace Best. And for all conference, Grace Best. Congratulations to all of them. For our boys spring track with head coach, Mr. Joe Riggy. First team all red division, Shlok Mehta, Sahur Mwalkaval, Abhishek Nakark, Kadvak Savati, Pritim Palani, Kashak Amarju, and Anthony Mateo. Now, on to our music department, which is exceptional, as you can see from all the students coming up and all the awards that they've already achieved this evening. So we'll start off with our JPS band, with our band director, Mr. Anthony DiNicola, and our assistant directors, Mr. John Zazali and Miss Pamela Ferrari. For All National Concert Band Festival, they were and achieved the featured ensemble. For State Concert Band Gala, they were the top scoring band. The students that are a part of that band are Mia Zong, Alice Pang, Samantha Liu, Amashita Day, Lu Lau, Daniel Kusmia, Laura Chen, Christiana Cheng, Risha Gurani, Hong Che, Kevin Dai, Justin Ni, Luke Chen, Aaron Ravadran, Jen Duarte, Mia Chen, Benjamin Alter, Shanshank Turmil, Abhinav Rabana, Anthony Shu, Zhang, Ardaraj Balaji, Pranaval Badurgan, Arya Shaheen, Samar Mangala, Peter Liga, Anurag Ramkumar, Najeesh Saravan, Taran Vakala, Brooks Yang, Christopher Juan, Akhil Gopal, Rihanna Sharili, Sakram Kulkarni, Amol Bagarde, Madhav Naran, Sumit Kulkarni, Ella Wong, Rashid Durpudi, Aryak Ashok, Andrew Lee, Arnav Lagang, Matthew Nelson, Angie Zhu, Christian Grandalo, Abhishek Gurubarkashan, Brandon Chang, and Siddharth Prakala. Congratulations. Now, on to NJMEA All-State Band. We have Mia Zong, Hong Cheng, Rishi Gurnarni, Siddharth Vidya, Samar Mugala, Amol Bagarde, Justin Nee, Kevin Dai, Adarsh Bajale, Andrew Shong, Peter Liga, Rihanna Shirali, Christopher Juan, Akil Gopal, Shaksham Kukarni, Madhav Narayan, Sumit Kukarni, Andrew Lee, Matthew Nelson, and Andy Zhu. Now for our JPS Jazz Ensemble with our director, Mr. Andy DiNicola, for the NJAJE State Jazz Finals. For Clarinet Best Soloist Award, Rishi Gurnani. Trumpet Best Soloist Award, Samar Mangala. Bass Best Soloist Award, Kapez Sakarfishi. And drums for the Rick Kerber Memorial Scholarship as Outstanding Soloist, Matt Nelson. And for the NJAJE State Jazz Finals, we have Rishi Gagarni, Matthew Zong, Abhinav Rabanath, Ardash Balaji, Pradnek Badran, Arya Shaheen, Sumar Mangala, Peter Liga, Aniruddha Krishna Rajkumar, Sakshamar Kulkarni, Akil Gopa, Moba Gardi, Madhav Narayan, Sumit Kulkarni, Rishi Digabudi, Ella Wong, Aditya Ram Ashok, Kapish Jakarni, Matt Nelson, and Siddharth Prakala. Congratulations to everyone. And I will take a moment to shout out to our Mr. Andrew DiNicola, who is concluding 50 years of teaching our students in music. We are so excited for him and his retirement, although we will miss him. Now on to JPS Orchestra with our orchestra director, Miss Dr. Brian Verdi, and Assistant Director Justin Lean. For All Straight Orchestra, Avi Patel, Adrian Chinoga, and Olive Wang. Congratulations. For CJMEA Honors Orchestra, we have Grace Best, Ariana Heer, Joel Ante, Charu Jain, Gurshit Singh, Emily Shea, Divyanshu Prachat, Krish Sawartha, Sumit Seth, and Krishi Chavendra. And for NAFME All Eastern Orchestra and also our salutatorian, Justin Tam. Congratulations. For JPS Choir, with Director Matt Lee and Assistant Director Regina McElroy. For NAFME All Eastern Chorus, Garikta Dime and Prakruti Akim. Congratulations. And for our 2023-24 New Jersey All-State Treble Chorus, we have Varsha Vor Advika Anand, Shriyandu Padatuli, Marjula Dasgupta, Anika Dave, Casey Decker, Kinjal Gajil, Sarah Kanchi, Neha Kulkarni, and Shridhini Rajaman. Congratulations. For our 2023-24 New Jersey All-State Mixed Chorus, we have Samuthri Arun, Gatfit Bali, Rona Chakraborty, Rivi Dave, Naha Diskala, Sarah Deo, Ananda Gunda, Anmuta Jakakar, Nikhil Malu, Matari Nadapultati, Ved Pant, Vedya Shrinaran, Srinivana Venkat, and Daniel Williams. Congratulations. Now on to our JPS Art Department with one of our most amazing art educators, Miss Allison Paolello. It's crazy, for the second year in a row, our JP Art students had the top 3 spots. It's unbelievable. So we had the gold medal, national medal for 2023 is one of our JP students, Isha Patel. Congratulations. And again, for first place, Emily Sue, second place, Sanika Godpaul, and third place, Kelly Membrano. Congratulations. Now on to our National History Day, which is advised by Miss Mendy Hurwitz, and I know Miss Blevins mentioned that they're currently still in DC in their competition right now for nationals, which is amazing. So our state winners and national contest qualifiers, we're waiting for those results, are Abraman Talaganda, Aniket Burka, Sai Verkoti, Samarjita Mugala, Shradhu Krishna Kumar, and Dhruva Banerjee. Congratulations. Now on to FCCLA, which is advised by Ms. Nicole D. Mattia, Ms. Stacy Dewar-Zansky, and Ms. Leanna Olachek. So at the FCCLA State Leadership Conference, the following students placed in first place gold: Manashiki Ganeshan, Drishana Chakraborty, Lakarshan Vidushamanchanan, Kristen Whitney, Nyasha Chavez, Shiza Chowdhury, Estelle Singh, Jamini Sarella, Josephine Sarella, Dia Petaganti, Nitya Anagala, Aryan Bajwaj, Krish Desai, Varan Honda, Heath Srinivas, Priya Subbaranam, Madhav Chatterjee, Ritya Chowdhury, Om Singla, Ronk Saragani, Sridhar Garg, Anjali Sinha, and Sanya Budhan. Congratulations. And for first place silver, we have Ishan Munu, Siddhar Sankalar, Tanshu Chalagan, Anika Sandeep, Yashvi Patel, Shreya Unapanini, Sia Patel, Sarya Bandadari, Ruchi Rao, Mahek Patel, Asha Agarwal, Benita Kasapurum, Pranika Karuru, Sri Krishnan Vashita Kara, and Sanvi Patamurti. Congratulations. So now we're on to Odyssey of the Mind with our advisor, Mr. Benny Parakaden. So for our Odyssey of the Mind regionals, and I know there's so many Odyssey of the Mind competitors here this evening, so congratulations to all of you. So for our regionals in first place, we have Zoya Azim, Marisa Chow, Philip Kim, Krish Nambiar, Sridhar Vajaman, Aditya Rawat, Aditya Singla Arishkar, Marvin Patel, Shreya Padaru, Sohang Sikh, Anush Tella, Divya Thota, Vashita Vumidi, Lakshma Artakarla, Nasha Bhargava, Anish Durham, Dev Doshi, Abrimi J. Kumar, Anka Kaduru, and Ella Paul. Congratulations. Now on to our state winners that were invited to World Finals. We have Avishek Garg, Shreya Nandana, Niti He, Thir Modak, Nikhil Purdu, Tavleen Singh, Vaishnavi Paramudum, Dhruva Bhattacharya, Ansh Bhatia, Moog Basani, Smit Gadkar, Ankshit Jain, Varun Eiler, Vivian Swat, Zoya Asim, Marissa Chow, Philip Kim, Krish Nambiar, Shrihiti Rajaman, Aditya Rawat, Aditya Singla, Arsh Garg, Marvin Patel, Shreya Paturi, Sohang Sikh, Anush Tella, Divya Thota, Varshita Vumiti, Lakshmi Adakarla, Nishant Bhargava, Ansh Dharam, Dev Doshi, Abrimi J. Kumar, Nikhil Kaduru, and Ella Paul. Congratulations. Now on to Odyssey of the Mind, our World Finals. Who placed in second place? Arshita Garg, Marvin Patel, Shreya Paturu, Sohang Sikh, Anush Tella, Divya Thota, and Varshita Mudidi. And for honorable mention, we have Lakshmi Adakarla, Nishant Bhargava, Ansh Dharam, Dev Doshi, Abrimi J. Kumar, Anke Kaduru, and Ella Paul. Congratulations. Now for our JP Robotics team, which for their third consecutive year has placed for the Innovation Award from Optimum. So for the Warhawks, they are advised by Mr. Kevin Carney. They received runner-up and the recipient of a $1,500 grant. We have Vivek Ikshapali, Naz Absani, Heat Chaldon, Krishan Tikara, Krishnan Manaskari, Ayan Shah, Adway Chabulith, Daniel Park, Ishan Brahma, Anthony Ikimoto, Tanya Naik, Mahik Padol, Anju Chaudhary, Javani Singh, Omlad, Srinivas Akari, Ishan Chakura, Sivarangu Villamurugan, Rohan Srinivasta, Mihir Chakadaka, Shashwath Tyrogram, Priyana Muguran, Arjun Chigargan, Zulu Azugur, Harris Nazir, Ishan Parekh, Sumaya Sheikh, Jay Reddy, Dev Shah, Sai Viguru, Nishant Patel, Pranav Vishanth, Sohan Sagriti, Amruth Nadapali, Aditya Sanai, Troy Gunrogdan, Daria Savaya, Tanish Mittal, and Abhinav Sethakumar. Congratulations to all of them. And last but not least, we have our National Merit finalists. We're so proud of them. So for our National Merit finalists, we have Sophia Aurora, who is also our valedictorian this year, Nakariti Banerjee, Nithshant Bhargava, Amol Bagarde, Dia Blockman, Shreyas Bola, Ishan Chital, Anish Dharam, Dev Barthakumar Doshi, Kevin Wu, Anruda Batam, Kishma Kanaram, Pranavi Kandapali, Ayush Mishra Tenenek, Krish Nanabir, Sophia Pan, Priyadi Patel, Krishwajaran Rajakumar, Krish Amredi, Jasala Sureddy, Aditya Santoshi, Nishika Solensky, and Grish Subarani. Congratulations to everyone. We are so proud of you and all your exceptional accomplishments. So next up for this evening, I have our host, Mr. Charlie Ross, Principal of Edison High.
All right. Good evening, everybody. There you go. We like to hear it today. First off, this is that time of year when our shoes are getting all worn down, our bodies are tired, but what a great evening. Our spirits and souls are uplifted by all this excellence and all the love for each other in the room. So I thank you so much, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the Board of Education, Dr. Aldarelli, for this wonderful auditorium, for this night, and for 13 years ago on recognition night when I got named the principal. So I remember that, and thank you very much. I want us to shout out, first off, I want to thank our Tri-M Music, the people that gave us the music that were out there today. It was Jeremy Herr on violin, Sean Bally on bass, Douglas Sabasek on vocals, PJ Loeffler, Advaith Ramesh on vibraphone, Akish Mitra on piano, Chris Teej on saxophone. The Tri-M is our Music Honor Society, and they've been playing music every morning for the LGBT Academy of Recording Arts for Pride Month so that they get a donation. Appreciate all the work that they do. Now, a lot of our students aren't here tonight because the seniors are really big in all of their activities. Tomorrow we've got Senior Fun Day, then we got Senior Day, which is grad practice and the clap out on Thursday, then graduation on the 20th. But if we could hold our applause till we get a pause for each section, so that way we can get everybody's name out, I would really appreciate it. All right, and starting off, I know this is Edison High, but we might have to change the name to the Home of Champions because out of the white division this year, we won 5 out of 10 championships. I heard a rumor that the GMC chairman, Mike Peety, might change the white division to the red and gold division. I don't know, it's a good idea. But first off, let's give it up for another one of our state champions, our intermediate varsity state cheer champions under Coach Gregoire and Coach Yoakum. Let's give it up for it. Hold your applause to the end. Kaden Sarney, Tiara Campbell, Ariana Roscoe, Gianna Ruffino, Olivia Short, Kendall Amberg, Lexi Tango, Lindsay Yasko, Avery Abrams, Brielle Luminello, Maddie Taub, Ali Dima, Milan Trapp, Mackenzie Caffrey, perfect attendance, and Elise Bullock. State champs. And let's go to another champ for the division champions under Coach of the Year, Frank Eckert, Brian Appleman, and Carrie Spees. Our girls basketball team, Trista Whitney, Chelsea Go, Keisha Ortiz, Bonnie Sellers, Angelisa Kearns, Katie Hahn, Annalisa Marmol, Olivia Smart, Jocelyn Gross, Victoria Charles. Chelsea Go was also first team, all division, all conference, and Trista Whitney as a freshman first team, all division girls basketball. Great job, everybody. Now for our swim team, first team all conference under Coach Caitlin Hoey and Laurie Semensky, Mary Elizabeth Conway, and Aiden Nugent. That's all conference. Also all division, Ryan Spaventa, Mia Cabrera, Gary Kashetri, Megana Janagata, Leonard Kim, and Jeet Jag Tap. There you go, that's the applause time. All right, in our wrestling, our champion, our county champion wrestling was our own Julian Dawson, and all white division was Fernando Avalon. Under the legendary most winningest of all time, Coach Charlie Moore, and boys basketball, first team, all white division, Ermin Capo. Board of Ed, I don't know if I mentioned this, but in a fun day tomorrow, we have a dunk tank. So I've got a couple slots open at 12:40. I got a spot at 1. I got an 11. If you want me to slip you in, just, hit me on the email.
I'll take the 1 o'clock spot.
Take the 1 o'clock spot. Very good. All right. Okay, moving right down here, we moved on to our division champ, white division volleyball team under Coach Wernlin, Coach Smith, and Coach Hammer. Curtin Amen, Brady Basler, Jeffrey Chen, Juan Guzman, Mohammed Hadi, Mahdi Jamal Mohammed, Pranab Janaki Ashok, Nicholas Nugent, Messiah Perez, Kanashik Ragamano, Ranil Shah, Ajit Siva Kumar, Adrian Zapala, and David Zhao. Also on that team, all division, all conference, were Ajit Pranav Sivakumar and Pranav Janaki Ashok. All right, under another winningest of all time, quite quickly, Coach Sarah Yoakum in girls lacrosse. And what? Another division champ. Let's give it up for that team of Mackenzie Caffrey, Katie Castles, Laura Clunis, Mary Elizabeth Conway, Shagun Girdhar, Maha Khan, Tazaya Lanier, Jada Leone, Elizabeth Mellinger, Emily Pittman, Veronica Raz, Leda Robinson, Rachel Rodriguez, Mia Salazar, Varinka Sai, Sarah Gennady, Ashley Smith, and Allison Z. All conference attack, all white division midfield was Katie Castles and also Elizabeth Mellinger. All white division defense, Rachel Rodriguez. Great job. And I'm doing my best to keep up his energy, but the legendary Coach Wes Smith under Dave Legender for tennis, yeah. White division champions, Advay Kadam, Arjun Popat, Gaurang Vasan, Umer Mansuri, Mikey Papa, Arya Patel, Ishan Shetty, Sarvesh Prem Kumar, Chechen Kalyam, and Youngki Wu. Also tied the record all-time wins in boys tennis. Great job. All conference girls golf under Coach Giuliano, Henna Patel, also our senior of the year from the Rotary. All blue division girls softball under Coach Muldowney, Ava Austin, Kayla Vichadomini, and Kelly Rowe. Softball improved by over 10 wins this season. All conference boys golf under Coach Brining, Ethan Lynn. Great job. And white division champions for the boys in track under Diane Ferraro and assistant Andrew Stivers. Bryce Hickerson, David Brown, Brock Brunson, Joseph Pinheiro, Fabrizio Suto, Jashi Wilkerson, Remy Bethay, Aiden Carter, Pranav Devaraju, Shiloh Stock, Ricky Harvey, Kayer Hayward, Alexander Lang, Paolo Pittenger, Torian Rattray, Sheil Shah, Brian Vincent, Sudais Ahmed, Rohan Aristani going to West Point, Nikhil Badlani, Abhinav Ghosh, Victor Osiemo, Partha Paradela, Anish Fatak, Isaiah Rago, RF Raval, Akshay Vadul, 410 Mile, and Owen Villafranca. All white division were Shiloh Stock, Paolo Pittenger, Victor Osiemo, Brock Brunson, Torian Rattray, Alexander Lang, Akshay Vidul, Sudais, Aiden Carter, Ricky Harvey, and all county was Akshay Vidul. Spring track girls also champion under Coach John Krajunis, Coach Jamal, and from Hoover, Coach Solorzano. Give it up for all white division: Riley McAvoy, Haley Matz, Jada Bonds, Narita Ponce, Gracie White, Emma Boateng, Kiana Rose, and the rest of the team: Ayla Bristol Cabrera, Anna Marmol, Anna Wang, Emma Boateng, Riley McAvoy, Kiana Rose, Gracie White, Daniela Alabora, Narita Ponce, Jada Bonds, Elise Bullock, Ria Dada, Haley Dawson, Jessica Lay, Katie Leckholt, Julie Pondo, Shasa Shah, Amy Wan, Haley Matz, and the legend Shraddha Vermurray. All right, baseball under the winningest coach ever, Coach Abeen, on the world's only red and gold baseball field. First team, all white division, all GMC. Look for him. Already got a college scholarship, Jackson Appleman. Also first team, all white division, Jordan Martins and Paulie DePasquale. Okay, boys lacrosse under Coach Mike Diasco. Let's give it up for these all-white division players. Seabass, Sebastian Predaddy, Theo Higgins Griffith, Sammy Sanchez, Richard Rebeck, and Sean Bali, our goalie. Now, while we all know in Edison about Andy DiNicola and JP in his 50 years, we have our own legend retiring here. That's Miss Sandra Letter that brought back FCCLA to Edison High and has really been holding it down in the 21st century skills department since before the 21st century. In the FCCLA Spring Conference, we've got our first place gold winners, Neval Ozan, Cyrus Marmol, Stuti Shah, Reina Patel, Adedoyan Ayeni. Third place gold, Ragamaya Puli, Zainab Sohail, Mikey Rojas, Adedoyan Ayeni again, Didi Bompali, Nurmit Boyer, Karishma Kawali, Srinidhi Ramchandran, and Genevieve Pigeon for the second place silver. And Adedoyan Ayeni was one of only 5 students picked by the National FCCLA to receive a scholarship to go to the national conference. So we wish her our best there in July. All right, DECA under Miss Lynn Tierney, first place international, first place state, Archanda Mariata. Other first place winners include Charvi Padamanabini, Anish Fatak, Vedant Talati. Second place, Masumi Chabra and Vedant Talati. And last, but in no way, shape, or form least, one of the initiatives over the last couple of years has been to allow students to do the early college program and to get a college degree while in high school. And the next person that we're going to shout out tonight has already graduated from Middlesex College, even before she got her high school diploma. So we have to give it up for this young lady that went that extra step. So I'd like a big round of applause. I want all you kids in the front making noise for Anastasia Ibrahim. All right, before I kick it back to our host, to our MC, Mr. Tommy White, just want to give a brief get well shout out to longtime supervisor Jeff DeCoco. Jeffy, we'll get you back in the gyms in Edison pretty soon.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. This concludes our Recognition Night ceremony. Congratulations to all our students being recognized this evening. I'd like to return the meeting to our Board of Education President, Ms. Shannon Peng, to begin tonight's business. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. White. Now we're going to take congratulations again to everybody, all students, parents, educators. Kudos to all of you. And we're going to take a 10 minutes break. So for those who need to leave, give them a time to exit, and we'll continue our business in 10 minutes. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the students. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue our meeting. No. Now we have students Council representatives. From Edison High, Ms. Serena Ahmad. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh crap, that's really close. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I know that this is the last meeting and it's already been a bit of a long night, so I'll keep it short. First, I'd like to thank you all for hearing my comments and concerns these past few months, especially President Peng for always encouraging and emphasizing hearing student concerns. I would like to thank Mr. Ross for his unwavering support and for his constant reassurance. No matter how much practice I have, sitting up here and speaking is never not nerve-wracking, but Mr. Ross has always encouraged me to have faith in my abilities and give me the liberty to feel comfortable sharing whatever I want. Lastly, I would just like to encourage all students to advocate for themselves, fancy title or not. No one will ever be as good of an advocate for you as yourself, and this rings true in every aspect of life. So thank you all for your time and for this undoubtedly valuable experience.
Thank you. Now we have from JP Stevens, Ms. Anika Mata.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anika Mehta, and I'm the Student Council Corresponding Secretary from J.P. Stevens High School. The month of June and the 22-23 school year overall has been successful, and I'm here to report on how we've been doing as a community. I would like to start off with some successful events our school has held. We held our first ever outdoor BOTC during school hours, with the juniors winning 2 years in a row for the very first time. J.P. Stevens also held NHS inductions with almost 300 new members and the Project Unified Elementary Field Day. We had a successful preschool graduation, junior alumni day, faculty barbecue, driver awareness day for the seniors, and the jazz extravaganza. Finally, we held our senior awards night where over 250 awards were distributed. Next, I'd like to cover some amazing achievements students have made within their extracurricular clubs. We had many teams representing J.P. Stevens at the Odyssey of the Mind World Finals. Team 5 was given an honorable mention for the most dramatic problem ever, and Problem 4 won second place for the Where's the Structure problem. The Student Council also attended the NJASC Spring Awards ceremony at Six Flags Great Adventure, where they received 2 awards for state charity and community service, respectively. The robotics team was the runner-up in the sustainability category for Optimum Innovation, and this is the 3rd consecutive innovation award that the Warhawks have earned. They even received a $1,500 grant from Optimum. Assemblyman Karabinchuk presented a resolution from the New Jersey General Assembly and the New Jersey State Senate to the Warhawks as well. Next, I would like to turn my focus to the athletes of the spring sports season. Congratulations on a remarkable year filled with dedication, perseverance, and countless achievements. Each one of our athletes this season has showcased immense skill, teamwork, and passion throughout the season, and it's truly inspiring to witness their hard work paying off. The track, baseball, softball, tennis, golf, lacrosse, and volleyball teams have all had a successful season worth noting. Pivoting to our several music programs, the talented J.P. Stevens Orchestra recently had their annual spring classical concert. The event was a great success with a countless number of students, parents, and faculty members in attendance. Our band has wrapped up this school year with their annual Memorial Day Parade, commemorating all of our fallen soldiers in the United States. Additionally, our choir had their special serenade to wrap up the school year. This singing event aims to address the reality of mental health, with the event serving as a catalyst to raise awareness for all the individuals that deal with mental illnesses. All the proceeds of the event went to a foundation that promotes mental health awareness, namely Active Minds. In other news, the Student Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee had another successful meeting last week where the students continued to make plans for the Week of Respect in October. We held our final farmers market of the year and had veterans on site to celebrate Memorial Day. As the end of the year approaches, we will be having our annual Senior Day and graduation ceremony. The PTSO has put together Project Graduation as a way for our seniors to celebrate the end of their high school years in a safe environment. This concludes everything happening at J.P. Stevens High School as of today, as well as some events in the near future. I thank everyone for listening and hope everyone has a great rest of their evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for both of you for coming here and for your contributions through the year. Of course, you're welcome to stay, but if you feel you're also, feel free to leave and enjoy the last week of your high school. We're going to continue with public comments, resolution only. See now, motion to end public comments.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Rivera.
Here.
It's, okay.
Mr. Schneider.
Yes.
Mr. Baral Patel.
Yes.
Mr. Moon Patel.
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. White.
Yes.
Mr. Shi.
Yes.
Vice President Romano.
Yes.
President Prang.
Yes. Next, motion to approve the personnel report.
Motion.
Vote. Second, okay, go ahead.
Mr. Shi. Thank you very much. Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
Mr. Schneider.
Yes, but I will abstain on number 21 for known conflict.
Abstain. Noted. Mr. Baral Patel.
Yes.
Mr. Mohan Patel.
Yes.
Ms. White.
Yes, but I'll abstain on section 3.
Abstain. Section 3. Noted. Mr. Shi.
Yes. Yes.
Vice President Romano.
Yes.
President Pang.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve administration, curriculum, and instruction, pupil special service reports.
Motion.
Second.
That was like almost a tie. I'm gonna go with, got
Give
it.
it to,
Thank you. All right. Mr. Rivera? Mr. Schneider?
Yes.
Mr. Baral Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Mohan Patel?
Yes.
Ms. White?
Yes.
Mr. Shi?
Yes.
Vice President Romano?
Yes.
President Pang?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion to approve the finance reports.
Motion.
Go,
No?
go ahead.
Second.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes.
Mr. Baral Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Mohan Patel?
Yes.
Ms. White?
Yes.
Mr. Shi?
Yes.
Vice President Romano?
Yes.
President Pang?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we have committee reports. Finance and facility, Mr. Jerry Shi.
All right, I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. So I'm going to go over there. Okay, we had a FF meeting, May 24th at 4 p.m. In attendance were Mr. Romano, myself, Mohan Patel, Vishal Patel, Dr. Arorelli, Mr. Toth, Jacqueline Becker, William Colobus, Scott Murphy, and Pradeep Kapoor from DMR. Basically, what the meeting was to review some of the project status. So status update, TJ bid open early June. We have just approved that. JP Classroom addition out to bid in the week of July 4th, including electric service upgrade. JP Tennis and parking lot are part of the classroom expansion bid. We just approved the this today as well. The JP existing cafeteria upgrade will go out to bid in July 14th, includes flooring, lighting, and painting. This is just to upgrade the current cafeteria, not expanding the capacity. Edison High, JP Stevens ADA toilet, waiting for ROC grants, but that can be phased out because the class is ongoing. We have currently 14 projects applied for ROC grants. Woodrow Wilson, John Adams locker room converting to educational space. The bid will go out the second week of June. JPS and BOE office generator, ROD grant applied. We plan to go out a bid at the end of June. The cost is somewhere around $600,000. We're gonna do things a little bit different than before. We just want to have full transparency to the public and to the board. This is the project review of the expansion that's coming up. It working? Okay. All right. First is the John Adams Middle School. As we all know, that we have expansion of the cafeteria, and we need a classroom.
So this is the proposed classroom expansion. When they reviewed with the committee, it was a one story on one side of for the entrance, and on the back, it's 2 stories. We told them to go back and change, to modify a little bit. So this is the proposed design. Next slide, please. Okay, so as you can see, the first floor, we have all these classrooms, and on the second floor, it's basically, it's a duplicate of what is on the first floor. And we have an issue with the elevator, and now the elevator is in the front entrance and make it easier for students who need to use that service. So this is the layout of the John Adams Middle School. The cost is somewhere around the $19 million. Next slide, please. And this is a proposed the expansion for the Marshall Elementary School. The original design was also a one-story, and given the construction that's going on in that area, the committee asked the architect to go back and redesign and make a 2-story building, and also adding the common space, which is cafeteria / multi-purpose room. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the first floor. As you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 7 rooms, bigger classrooms, and there are 2 SGIs. And there's a hallway connecting that because the Adam is a little bit, the Marshall is a little bit high in the current building, so it's a little slope going down. And on the right-hand side, we're also adding about 44 parking spaces. And there's a server room for the food at the lower right-hand side corner. Next slide, please. And since the gym is a 2-story building, and this is the second floor, they're all classrooms, and it's a copy of the first floor, and there are, as you can see, there are also 2 SGIs there. The cost is somewhere around $20 million. Next slide. And this is a proposed J.P. Stevens cafeteria and the science wing. As we all know, J.P. Stevens right now has 6 or 7 sessions for lunch, and the seating capacity is about 800 students. With this expansion, we're going to double the capacity, and they only need probably 2 periods to serve the lunch. And currently, because the lunch period and some of the classroom is not available, and it prevented us from offering more classes to the students. Next slide, please. Oh, this is a cafeteria, okay, all right.
This is the auditorium.
All right, this is a new auditorium. I guess in the wrong order. So, as you can see, here we have a beautiful auditorium, and J.P. Stevens Auditorium is still yet to be upgraded, and this is a proposal of the auditorium. Right now, the J.P. Auditorium is about 800 seats. With this expansion, we're going to add about 29 seats. The problem with J.P. Stevens, it's a wooden stage. We have a lot of issues with the water. The stage needs to be redone, so that's why the cost is a little bit high. So this is the first picture. There's another picture in the front, looking from the front. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is another view of the auditorium. So this one, let's see, we're targeted to go out to bid in the month of September. And as I mentioned last time, we all know there are a lot of water issues with the what's happening underneath the auditorium. And this proposal will fully fix the issue. The cost is somewhere around that $6 million. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is the J.P. Stevens, cafeteria and the science wing. As you can see, the bigger part of that is the cafeteria. It's 800 seats, and we're doubling the capacity. And if this is done, you have an interior garden that's totally enclosed. We can have a lot of activities for the students. At the top end, there will be 4 classrooms. There are 2 labs and two classrooms, and there will be an SGI. This is the first floor. Next slide, please. Okay. This is the second floor. It's a copy of the first floor. On the classroom side, as you can see on the right-hand side, there's a corridor connecting that wing to the front that will help with circulating the traffic. This project is somewhere in the $16 million range. Next slide, please. Okay. Edison High School expansion, they provided us with a 2-story, 20-classroom design at the end of towards the back of the building. The committee asked them to reconsider putting the expansion in the front because they're taking out a lot of space in the back end. And we also thinking about putting a sports bubble in the back of Edison High School to provide more common spaces for space. So this is the the proposed expansion. This design is available. If anyone has a question, they can ask. On the other stuff we have is the JMP kitchen. The JMP kitchen, we all know, was to be upgraded last year, but nothing was done. And unfortunately, we found out this whole kitchen needs to be redesigned, and it's going to go out a bit in the end of July. It's going to take about 6 to 8 weeks to construct, and the cost is about $1.2 million. The $0.2 million is probably the kitchen equipment, so the total construction cost is about $1 million. And we also talked about a Herbert Hoover maintenance building. We're going to renovate, expand the building, plan to move the maintenance department out of the central office and add capacity to better serve our students and parents. That cost is somewhere around $4 million. The planned target bid date is October 2023. The public hearing on the JMI addition of 20 million lease, I haven't seen. Is that on the agenda today? It's not on the agenda today, right?
JMI now.
Yeah, so it's next month.
Correct.
Yeah, next
Public
month.
hearing.
Yes. And RFP review, as you all know that we talked about this, the construction manager, but we bid it on an annual fee. But given the the possible changes with the design and timing, so we're going to go out a rebid based on the tiered approach, which is the total cost of the building. If this year, let's say $50 million, they charge a fee. Next year's $40 million, it'll be a different fee. And we also went out to bid for architecture service, and that will be reviewed at the next committee meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Shi.
Thank you, Mr. Shi. Board President, if I could just
Yeah,
stay a
Mr.
few-
Mohan Patel.
So all these projects that we're putting out in phases and showing right now is to address the biggest issue that we have, which is overcrowding in our schools. So we're putting additional classrooms all over the place. We're actually bringing to par some of the schools that are actually needing TLC. So there's good things to come. We're gonna work on other issues in Edison High as well. So everyone's at par equally, so we get everything done for the students. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to say that's a lot of work being done by the Finance Facility Committee. Thank you. Really excited to see all this enhancement happening in our schools. I have just two
Board
meetings.
President?
Yeah, Mr.
I have a whole
Schneider.
bunch of questions, if you don't mind.
Oh,
Mr. Shi, couple things. The John Marshall Elementary School project, which I agree is needed, have we voted on that as a board to hire an architect to do those designs that I just saw?
We don't need to have a board to vote on it. Do we need it?
So all of our other projects that we've been doing.
When we actually going to go ahead and build and stuff, then we come to the board for vote. Because right now, it's just design. We voted for the design fee on the agenda.
Yeah, and on the agenda, it's very clear which buildings are within the scope of that design, and John Marshall was not. So I'm not saying I disagree. John Marshall happens to be a school that needs it. There was a lot of, there was an influx of students to that building over the last few years. But just so the public's aware, I mean, I just got this document an hour ago, or whenever this meeting started. Everything you see there it's the first time we're all seeing it, unless everybody else sees it and I don't. So what I'd like to know is, number one, is and maybe this is a question for our business administrator or the board attorney, but when we decide to go forward with plans, this has happened in the past. You mentioned transparency. I think it's important to vote as a board on whether or not we should be building things. Because the next question I have for you is, how are we paying for all of this?
Well, it's clearly said on the meeting minutes, if approved to proceed. So right now, this is just initial design, okay? We're not, we need to find the money for all of this.
Board
So
President.
these are the second phase. It's not the first phase. The only thing that we have approved are the ones that's, the only thing that's more is GMI.
So, in our first phase, which we unanimously voted on, that was approved by this board, was very clear as to what we were doing. Some of these items we're talking about tonight are second phase or maybe new things. I don't even know if they're all second phase, but either way, we had exhausted our funds. So when I see these designs, my concern is natural. It's how are the taxpayers funding this? And if the committee is making these decisions, which, by the way, if you came to me and said, listen, I think we should do John Marshall, I would have said, of course, that sounds great. But maybe I would have said, well, let's see how much it's going to cost, and then let's see the order of what we're doing otherwise.
That's what we're doing, exactly.
But
So-
I would appreciate it. You talk about transparency, you're sharing it with the public, but we have a board of 9 board members. And it would be awesome if we just had some sort of information between meetings
Board
to
President,
simply see it.
Yeah.
If I may add
Patel,
something. That's
talking.
fine. I'm going to address the same issue that you had, right? So
Mo,
last year.
Mo, let
right,
him
fine.
finish. I'll address.
Mr. Patel, I think I'm being very fair. Okay?
Mr. Schneider, you can continue.
Thank you, Ms. Payne. So, so my first thing would be, obviously, these designs, have we voted on them? And if we haven't, I would request our board president to put it on an agenda to do so. And with that resolution, the public would have their opportunity to weigh in to see if it's something that they agree with or not agree with, right? The second thing is, if we are going to put it on the agenda to do it, my question would be, can I have a recommendation from our finance committee as to how we're going to pay for it, and more specifically from our business administrator? Is this stuff budgeted? That is a very simple question. Is it budgeted? If it's not, we have to talk about things that we haven't done in a long time in Edison, which is referendums and everything else. And that R word everybody gets really excited about when it's said. But it's something that, if that's the intention, I would like the board to weigh in on it, right? I think that's fair. Am I being unfair so far?
No, so you're fair, but before we go ahead and do something about it, we need to have some rough idea how much it is. This is very, very first rough idea. They didn't even do the rendering yet, okay? This is just the initial design. I like to present to the whole board. I can't present it in closed session. That's why today it is. To present to the whole board, and the drawings is available. You guys can take a look at it. Have any questions and comments, we can go from there. This is very initial step. We're not talking about building them yet. We're not talking about money. This is very initial step. This is for transparency to the entire board, because last year was 7 months. There was nothing. We don't know what is being designed, right? I talked about it. Some of the gyms that were designed with no restroom around it.
I was being respectful and not making it
Excuse me,
political.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no,
Excuse
well,
me.
you're making it political.
Excuse me.
Board President.
Excuse me.
Mr. Patel, just wait.
So, this is for transparency, for people to see what we want to do. We need to find money for this, okay? How am I going to present to the whole board? We can't. This is not a closed session item. This is not a closed session item. That's what we are presenting,
Okay,
underst- I-
Mr. Schneider, let me just answer the part of the question. I think we are all for transparency. This will need to have a board, the whole entire board approval, but we can't just present one word, one sentence to the board. Hey, we need to do something about John Marshall's. We need to have some detailed plan to present for the board to approve. We need to see how much it's going to cost. We need to see what are being added. So this is that step. After that step, we are going to have a little bit more detailed plan for the board to see it and then approve it. We can't just prove like one idea. We need to see some of the detail in order to approve something.
Board President, I respect what you're saying. However, that is not how we've operated the rest of the year. Mr. Toth has done a nice job put line by line putting which buildings are getting worked on. And it actually had dollar amounts in every single resolution, how much we're paying DMR for each building. So what I'm asking is if we are going to pay, obviously DMR did this work for John Marshall and they're getting paid for it. All I'm asking is if we've done resolutions for every other building, it would have been nice if the board approved it, which I would have been a yes vote, okay? I think I'm being very fair, and we talk about transparency. This is not political. John Marshall needs help. So I think a cohesive plan, and then after that, I think it's important to discuss how we're paying for it. I agree. We have other things, we have pre-K that's going to come online soon. We have a building at Our Savior's Church that we could work on. There's many, many projects that we can talk about, and we have to prioritize that as a board. And I understand it isn't a closed session item, so we could talk about it in front of everybody. But prior to doing these designs, like I'm seeing a design, and the immediate thing I'm thinking as you're presenting is, why did we do this? We didn't decide on this.
We are doing this because we want to tell the people what we try to do, try to get some basic cost estimate, and then we can look for the money. That's all.
Board President, if I may add something.
Nothing is done. This is very, this is drawing. It's not even a rendering. Right. So, I don't know how we're going to make it transparent to everybody, to the whole board, not to see the drawings. I don't know. Maybe you have better ideas than I do.
Well, do it like we did every other building.
You did not, actually. Board President, if I may add something, please.
Go ahead.
Last year, when you guys designed all these gymnasiums, you did not address the issue that needed to be addressed, which was the classrooms and the overcrowding in our schools. And when we are taking that initiative to start the process of addressing those issues, I don't understand where you come up with the transparency. Last year, when you did present it, you presented after the drawings and everything was done. And
no,
this is
you
what
were
the
there.
problem is.
You voted on it.
No,
Yes.
but you
voted on it. Now
presented it
you're
after
not
you
being
had your
honest.
meeting. After
you're
you
not
had
being
your
honest
closed door meetings. That's what you happened to do. But you didn't discuss to the whole board, hey, listen, we're putting gymnasiums instead of classrooms. You did not do that first.
You were there.
Yeah, but
you
but
voted.
after
It's on
the
YouTube.
that you had your meeting, closed session, and you put in gymnasiums instead of classrooms. I don't understand where the logic is or where the transparency goes when you had to address the issue that is the main issue to this school district, which is classrooms and overcrowding. So instead of gymnasiums, we're putting classrooms, and I don't know why you have an issue with that now.
Okay,
Thank
wait
you.
a minute.
Okay, let's.
Shannon, can
Mrs. White.
Okay, when we did the committee of the whole and we set out phases, we did phase 1, phase 2, and phase 1 was the gymnasiums, and we had a budget to work with, and that's true. We all voted on it. These were the things that we were going to do. Our next step, phase 1 dealt with the high schools and the middle school. Phase 2 were the elementary schools. It seems to me that we're kind of jumping ahead.
We did not jump ahead.
We didn't. This is
This is
just
the very,
a plan.
very first step to get us to know how much it is going to cost. So then we're going to prioritize as to what
Referring to the
next to do.
phases, Jerry.
Right? So this is for next phase. We don't have the money yet, so we're going to find the money. If we don't present, how do we know what is the scope? How much is it going to cost? If we don't have the architect involved in this, I don't have the expertise. Maybe the other board members have. I don't, right? We need to find money. This is the very, very first step, and the board needs to decide what is a priority for all of these.
Yes. So when it comes time to vote, you will be getting a chance to vote, but we now have an idea of where the school needs to go. We need classrooms in Edison High School. We need classrooms in JP. We need classrooms in Woodrow. We need classrooms in JAMS. This is addressing those issues. We haven't voted on it. When it comes time to vote, you will have transparency up the wazoo to figure out what you want to do. Thank you.
Before we actually vote on it, we're going to have the architect to present and do the rendering. This is very, very first step. This is out of everything. I don't know what is a thing here. I just don't get it.
It's politics.
Let's move on. Any other
Yeah, I have some comments.
Okay.
All right. So just listening to this conversation, I do agree with Doug. I was curious where we're going to get the funding for this.
We don't have the money yet.
Okay, so
It's clear. Let's make
here's
it very
my
clear.
questions to you. How many designs do we currently have open that DMR is working with? Because here's my first thing. My first question is, what is the status with phase one with JP, John Adams, Woodrow, Hoover, and TJ? What's the status with that?
Did you just vote on it today?
I want to hear.
And did you hear what I said?
Yeah, but I'm
The
speaking.
JP Stephen classroom expansion is going out to bid in July 4th week.
So that's a
And
check.
we just voted on changing the scope of that.
I
in
agree.
finance
Okay, I got
resolution.
that.
You just voted on it.
So
don't
all
tell me-
five
Don't
projects
tell me you don't
currently,
know.
no, all five projects are currently being done right now. I just
We
want to make
fo-
sure.
We follow the process.
Mr. Rivera, you can
Yes,
have your
yes,
time
yes,
to
yes.
read the committee reports later on. Let's
Perfect.
not
So
waste time reading the committee
we're
reports again right now.
So the five are a go, perfect. So now we're doing these other projects. 'Cause again, projects and scopes are being changed. So as these are being changed, I'm being confused because I'm not part of this. So I'm asking questions. So my first question is, how many designs do we have currently out there with the architects right now?
The only one that's left is Edison High.
Now, how many are there currently? How many are they working on?
I just showed you.
No, I'm asking
Count on it.
Mr. Toth. How many contracts right now or designs is DMR working on?
I don't have that information in front of me. I'll have to look at my records and then get back to you.
And then I was going to ask you, what is the cost for each design?
So,
because I think that's the concern. We're spending money on creating designs that we might not be able to fund. I think that's what the issue is. So as you would say, we're putting the cart before the horse.
Right. Whenever you get a proposal.
So that's
whenever-
what I'm asking about.
Right. Whenever you get
My other questions are with the ROD grants. ROD grants are difficult to get. So if we don't qualify for these ROD grants, are we going to be able to pay for those projects?
Like for JP, I know that we put in for ROD grant funding. We did not get it. We're still going to move forward with the project. We have funding, partly from reserve, partly from securing a ground lease.
Perfect. Thank
In
you.
in regards to the other question, in terms of a proposal, an architectural proposal, whenever you're going to move forward on any type of project, right, you want to get the entire proposal from original conception drawings all the way through closeout. That's best practices. You ideally would like to encumber all those funds so you have access to them throughout the entirety of the project. That does not mean that you're actually going to spend that money. As far as you go as design, that's all you're going to pay.
So do we have adequate funding for all these designs?
Everything that we have we approved in the budget for FY24, of course.
So only what's approved for the budget?
No, I mean, when I'm looking ahead, right, I'm looking to the school district, the school year that's going to start, we've got a significant amount of projects that are going to take place. I'd argue more than it's been done in a long time.
100 million I saw from last meeting. That's why I'm curious.
I'm sorry?
We were spending over 100 million, I believe.
No,
That's what we
not
said in
over,
May.
it's not over 100.
The 100 million including the ESIP.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, including the, including the ESIP. Yeah, then it's just under, but yes, because you borrowed funding for the ESIP. We're awarding that, well, actually, we've awarded that, and we close next month. The other projects, we have a combination of reserve, outlay, and some short-term leasing in order to be able to do the projects that we have listed, and we approved in our FY24 budget.
'Cause I just don't want to waste money on projects that we're not going to do. Like, for instance, DMR did something with the Science Technology High School that we don't even own the property or even have it. So I don't understand why they even did a project for that. So that's why I'm questioning, can we actually do these projects? If not, why are we spending the money? Like, I don't want no pipe dreams.
Mr. Rivera, I think, again, we have to have a design estimate in order to approve it, right? Otherwise, we don't know we're approving $5 million or $50 million. So that's the reason we have to have some kind of estimate
I get it,
to
but I
be
just wanna be
presented to the board, and
responsible
it
for
will
tax-
be presented to the
I
board
get it.
for
I just
approval.
want to make sure we're fiscally responsible,
Yes,
Board
before
President.
in order to make sure we have enough money, we have to know how much money we're going to need. That's what they're doing
Board
right now,
President,
I
if I may
think.
ask something. Do you agree that our schools need updating?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we need to start figuring out where the updates need to be happening and what needs to be done and talked about and looked at.
Yeah, I just
So
want to
if-
make sure we do it in a
if this
proper
is-
manner.
If this is what we're doing right now, we're looking ahead in terms of what the students will require, what the schools need updating, and that's what it is. So when the time comes, when you need to vote on it, you have transparency in front of you to vote all you want.
I don't think anybody's arguing that.
Board President?
Thank you.
Board President, through the chair, I just want to address what Mr. Patel's saying. We just got this when this meeting started. This is the first time we're seeing it. So somebody out there might be saying, wow, these guys are giving them a hard time. It's literally the first opportunity I have to ask a question.
It's
If you
fair.
sent this to us, then you could blame me and you could say, listen,
No,
why
no,
didn't you
no.
ask me ahead of time?
No, Doug, you're repeating the same thing. I wanted this transparency to the entire board. I can't present it in closed sessions. The only thing that I can do is present in public meeting.
No, the meeting minutes is not, this gets published by every other committee beforehand. Always. It goes out with the agenda.
Okay.
Well, it should.
So?
So if this here, if you're going to do it, if you gave it to us Friday when we got the draft, then we would have it to look at it, and we could ask you.
You can
and then you
look
could say, hey, why didn't you ask me on Friday? That's all I'm saying.
You could ask me, even before Friday. You can say, "Hey, Jerry, what's going on with the committee?" You never ask that question. You always do it at the meeting and try to score some points. I don't know what it is. Okay, at the end of the day, right? We need to show to the whole board, to the public, what we want to do. Okay, I don't know which school board rules that I cannot present this in closed session. Okay, this is not a closed session item. We need to have some rough.
You can't send out this report ahead of time? Is that what you're saying?
2 days ago.
I said I cannot present what I did in closed session. I sent this report to you. You wouldn't know anything because it says one line item. You don't know what it is. Okay, so we need to have some rough idea as how much it's going to cost. Then we're going to prepare for the money.
Now you have the
There's
scope.
no money
You have all the
allocated for this yet. We got to go find the money. If you don't have any rough idea how much it's going to cost, how are you going to go to find these money? I don't get it. What are the issues here? So you prefer to do this, committee of the whole, whatever you want to call it, and not having the meeting for 7 months. Then all of a sudden, I try to make this a very, very first step to present something to the public and to present something to the board so you guys can critique, you guys can look into it, and now you say that's wrong. I don't get it.
It's not. It's perfectly fine. He has the pictures. He has everything that's out there. You have all the questions. You could write them down next time and bring in, present it as well. So
Thank
you
you.
have the information in front of
Thank
you.
you, Mr. Mohan.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, let's move on. I just have two meeting announcements. So in the summer, we're going to have combined caucus and public meeting, one in July 25th, Tuesday at Ed Center, 6 p.m. The other one is August 22nd, Tuesday, also at the Ed Center at 6 p.m. Now we are going to have board member comments. Anybody?
Board President.
Mr. Biro Patel?
All right. What a wonderful show today with the student recognition. So to all the students, their proud parents, and their teachers, all of you worked very hard this entire year, and you all made Edison School District very proud. So congratulations to all the graduates of elementary, 5th grade, middle school, 8th grade, and the high school students. Congrats to all those who received awards and recognition today. And even if you were not recognized with an award or any kind of recognition, you all work hard this entire year, and your hard work does not go in vain. And your efforts and perseverance throughout the year helped our district feel proud. Like Steve Jobs said, your time is limited, so don't waste your time living someone else's life. So be yourself and do your best in college. For all the J.P. Stevens and Edison High School students, we look forward to see you at the graduation next week. And many, many congratulations to all of you. But please make sure in the future you give back to your alma mater, to Edison School District, like many other alumni do. So all the best to all of you, everyone who is graduating. And huge thanks and kudos to all the teachers, all the staff members who worked very hard this year, and all the wonderful students and parents of the district. So you make our district shine. Everybody have a very wonderful, healthy, safe summer break. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? No?
I have a
Mr.
comment.
President.
Oh,
No.
Mr.
Carrie.
Brian Rivera.
You can go ahead.
All right, thank you. First of all, I do want to congratulate all of our students that were recognized today. I want to tell them to continue their hard work and continue to make your family and your friends proud. Also, I want to congratulate our graduating seniors. You know, preparation, dedication are key to achieving success. So please have them both, and you will definitely reach those goals. So best of luck to all of our graduating seniors. And then I just have two questions in regards to status. What is the status of our current negotiations, and are we almost complete? What's the timetable? Where are we with negotiations? And then also, my second question is, I know the superintendent search closed yesterday on Monday, so I wanted to know where we are with that and what are the next steps to finding our superintendent. Thank you.
So I can address the question about negotiation. I'm the chair of the committee. The negotiation is ongoing. As you know, if you do negotiation, you don't set timelines. We hope that we can wrap it up, but it's a two-way street. It's not a one-way. So it's ongoing. That's all I can say.
As for the search, so we followed up with the search company. As of last week, we do not have, I don't think we have enough. We have received enough resumes, so the committee has decided to extend the deadline for another 2 weeks until June 30th. And I think from what I heard, we're making progress in the last week, so we got more resumes.
Well, how many candidates do we have for this position?
I don't think I
about
can
it.
disclose that, and I don't really have the exact number so far.
I think a 2-week difference isn't gonna, I don't know how many more candidates you're gonna find in 2 weeks.
Trust me, even in the last week, we have received quite a few. So the extension does work so far. And
Just to me, I look at it, you know, we said these are professionals who want a job at Edison, who was a blue ribbon, high-quality school district. If we tell them there's a deadline to apply for this, they should be following that deadline. We shouldn't be adjusting it for nobody. So I'm curious, it is my opinion, I'm curious who applied afterwards in a 2-week period. Because that sounds fishy.
When the time's up, you will know who
you will
applied.
see, if you want, you will see the number of applicants.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And you will see every single resume of the people who applied.
Board President.
Mr. Mohin Patel?
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to congratulate all the students for the awards tonight, and also congratulate the students that are graduating from 8th grade and from the seniors that are going to be graduating from the high schools. I want to also thank the parents for all the support that they're giving their kids, and all the teachers for providing the knowledge to our students. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you to all the ones that are supporting our students. Thank you so much.
Madam
Thank
President.
you. Mr. Shi?
Yeah, I just want to echo, you know, what the board member said, from Mohin to Biro to Brian, to all the students who were recognized tonight, and thanks to the parents, to the teachers who helped them, and congratulations to the graduating seniors. We're going to have a graduation on Tuesday. I also want to thank Ms. Amar, who left us. This is her last meeting, and she has done a great job. Good luck at Stony Brook.
Ms.
Thank
Peng?
you. Mr. Schneider?
Yeah, thank you. I'll echo that comment. Thank you to both of our student reps. This was the first year that we had it, at least, recently, and it was great. That's a good state law that they made, that students need to be up here with us. It obviously with Miss Ahmed's comments, it seems like she really got a lot out of it. And I was very excited today to attend the early Learning Center graduation. So I took part. If people don't know, there's a building across the parking lot here that houses some really special students we have in Edison. And they graduated. They put on caps and gowns, and Mrs. French and Miss Jill, if anybody knows them, shout out to them. And they did such a wonderful job for these students that were just so proud to walk in their caps and gowns and graduate. And the parents were pumped up. It really is a awesome kind of precursor to our hopefully soon-to-be pre-K program that will be full day. So today they did a morning graduation and an afternoon graduation. Hopefully soon enough it will just be one, because everybody will be there for the entirety of the day. And I have to tell you, if you don't know about that building, it's just full of love and support and education. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful place to visit if anybody is privileged enough to go there. So thank you to Mrs. French and Miss Jill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Shannon,
Miss-
I
Mrs.
just
White.
want to add my congratulations to all the students that were recognized today. They are an amazing group. I mean, when you sit through this each year and you see the things that they accomplish, you know, they just take your breath away. That's really incredible. To all our graduating seniors, you know, best of luck. Do magical things. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to echo that what everybody said. Big congratulations to the students. It's really our honor to be here to celebrate their achievements. And I also want to say, extend our gratitude to our teachers, administrators, coaches, directors, who's been helping all these students, opening up all these opportunities for them, not only instills knowledge, but also passions, commitments into the students. Thank you. And to all the graduation students, 12 years, graduate senior, 12 years in public school, that's a big achievement itself. Good luck, best luck to the future. Now we're opening up to public comments. Anybody? Ms. Conway.
Elizabeth Conway, 20 Netherwood Circle. Since tonight was such an enjoyable and exciting night talking about our students, I have two more that I want to talk about. And that is because of the PTA-PTO scholarship, which was named after Philip J. Capilupo. I'd like to announce the winners. And each and every year, I have the privilege of naming them and telling you how excellent they are. And the winner from J.P. Stevens is Aditya Suratkal, and she's going to be going to Rensselaer Polytech Institute to study computer science. How's that? From Edison High, Amir Naidu will be attending Virginia Tech to study business with the hope of going down the road and opening her own business. So that tells you the quality of students our district is really graduating, and I applaud them immensely, and so should everyone else. So that's the first thing. I figured I'd start with a good item. Number two, we talk about all the different additions and what's going on, but I'm not hearing anything about our Saviors, which is what we always called it, on Calvert. We bought that building, I want to say almost 2 years ago, and we're renting it out as far as I know, but I would really love to see something positive moving forward because it is a piece of property. It is a building that I'm sure this district can utilize in one way or another. Even if you start using it one way and then find a better way, we need to use what's good for our district. The next item is, I've been doing this every month, and I guess it's going to be every month that I bring it up. I'm not getting a copy of the committee reports. Now, Jerry gave a very nice presentation, but I did see a piece of paper. So I'm assuming that that was his report, but he wanted to go the further step to do a presentation. But I truly feel that the public has a right to at least get the minutes of what was talked about, even if it's a line or two. We talked about this, we talked about this, we're moving on to this. The committee will do this down the road. when I look at the agenda, and I hate to say this, but it was late this month. I looked earlier in the day, and it wasn't there, and then it was later on. But I did take time to read through it, and again, there were no committee reports. I realized the personnel report wasn't going to be there because it was a combined meeting. And I don't know why there was a combined meeting. It's only June, and June is a popular month for ending out the school. So it would have been maybe advantageous to have 2 meetings in June, but that's up to you guys. But I would like to at least see and be able to read the committee reports. So this way, if I had a question, I would be prepared, or I could pick up the phone and speak to either Dr. Aldarelli or Mr. Toth. But we're not given that chance when we're not seeing the reports. So I really think this is something that you guys need to work on. And the third item, which has been brought up, is the superintendent's search. There was a time where you had a program, you hired a firm, they're supposed to be coming back with results. And as far as I'm hearing, is the results aren't good enough, so you're extending it. Well, maybe somebody didn't get a job for next year, and I'm going to quick apply. Well, I don't know if I want to see that resume, because why aren't they? So I'd like to know, without particulars, what is your time frame? Because I know Dr. Aldarelli's contract was initially June 30th, because we had great plans that we were going to get a superintendent. And then I did see that it was extended to December. So does that mean now we're going to wait another 6 months for a superintendent? You're doing a great job, by the way, and I will say to the both of you again, your budget presentation was by far one of the best of the 30 years that I've been listening to them.
Thank you.
So we need to move forward. I don't want to see another 2 years of floundering looking for a superintendent with a district this big. And I'm sorry, Gail, my last item was I promised I wasn't going to say anything till July, but you made the committee, the board meeting, when you knew I was going to the Yankee-Mets game in Yankee Stadium on July 25th.
Exactly.
So at that point, you're lucky, but I didn't get to say my goodbyes, so I'm going to say it anyway. Good luck to you. You're a great loss to us.
Yes.
Thank you. If you want to respond to any of the items, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, I'll respond to the search firm. Yeah, the reason we extended because we do not, we haven't even seen any of the resumes. What I heard is we don't even have enough number of resumes to look at it. So, and also it's not going to be 2 years. We can guarantee you that. We are, as soon as the search, the deadline passed, we are going to meet and we are going to go over it, and hopefully we're going to start interviewing and make a decision soon in the summer.
In the summer.
In the summertime. So I can't say, because we have to look through all of them, and we are going to give the whole board time to get together and make a decision. So any other comments?
No, I just want to add, I forgot during my public comments, I praise the teachers, students, parents, and staff members and everyone, but I'd like to, huge thanks to Dr. Aldarelli and Mr. Toth for the entire wonderful year, both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Board President, I could address our saviors if I want.
No, why don't you let Eddie address?
Sure, Eddie, you could address it, but I'll give you a primer view of it. What that property has done so far is stop developers from buying it and building more homes and overcrowding our schools. That's exactly what it's been doing. We're going to find use for it, but that's what the main purpose, first of all, was to do, is to stop overcrowding our schools with developers taking over that property.
No, that wasn't why it was. I think that was. No, it wasn't.
Eddie, you
Eddie?
want to add?
Yeah, so listen, thank you very much for all your comments. They're well received. With regards to the Our Savior's Church, that's something that, myself and Mr. Toth have a few ideas that we would have to flush out, I believe, initially with finance and facilities, and then bring that to the entire board. It's probably part of an entire board discussion, perhaps something that we review over the summer as we develop Board of Education goals. Those are some of the key components as to how we can utilize that space effectively, how to service our students the best. Mr. Toth and I have talked about a few of those pieces that we haven't shared with the Finance and Facilities Committee yet. That's probably a summer conversation, but you will have an answer sooner than later. Thank you.
Madam President.
Rishi?
As far as the meeting minutes, I'm doing the best I can. I work full-time. Today, I just drove from Pennsylvania here to attend the meeting. So I'm doing the best I can. Wait, don't point your fingers at me, please. Okay, so you can have the meeting minutes. It's in next month's meeting summary. Every word that on the meeting minutes will be there. You can ask the questions at the next meeting. You have plenty of opportunities to ask the questions, okay? Everything is there. Thank you. As far as the Our Savior's Church, it was presented by Dr. Tui. There was a plan to include that in our pre-K program. If you go back and look at the video, it's mentioned there, and there is a plan coming for it. But again, at the end of the day, it's a money. We need to find money for it.
Yeah, any other comment? Sorry, Carol, please.
Carol Badowski, 39 Jonathan Drive. First of all, I am very happy that you are all up there because it means I'm not up there. And good luck. Second, I'd like to thank the board and especially all those students who were here tonight. That, to me, is like a gift to my heart for all the years of teaching here, is to see all these children accomplish things and the achievements and the hard work they've done. It makes me very, very proud. And years ago, when I first moved to Edison and chose to raise my children here, I decided I should come to a Board of Education meeting. So my daughter, both have graduated and moved on in life, but they were getting ready to start in the schools. And I came here and I saw a woman that I had been in college with. And that woman, Trista Joya Laird, was FCCLA in this district. And I was always very proud that my daughters were part of that and that I got to help with that. And whenever I see them at these things, they win all these awards, and I'm so proud of them. And tonight, as I saw person after person, some were students I had worked with, some were people who were in organizations I had worked with, and I was very proud of that. And then, when I got the agenda, after that was all over, and we have the personnel section, I looked down and I kept thinking that the name was familiar. And all of a sudden, I remember it was one of the first students I taught here and at Woodbrook School, and I see that this person is now going to be a teacher in the Edison Public Schools. I know how great she was then, and that makes me very confident in the future. But that's one new great person. I know there's lots of great teachers here. But when I see the students and I see what they're accomplishing, it really pleases me, and I'm glad I came here tonight. When I see some of the confusion that people like me who come to the meetings and listen to the meetings, and when Mrs. Conway had fallen and she couldn't come to the meetings, I went to her house and we watched them, every one of the meetings. So I pay attention to what goes on. I try to contact one of you or all of you or speak at the meeting when I have something. But I just want to say I've never been more proud than to see one of my students being hired here. And that way I know that the personnel is in good hands because you're hiring the best Edison grads. Thank you.
Thank you.
If the audience can silence their phone when someone's talking, I would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Mr. Fagan?
Thank you, Chairman Pang. Nick Fagan, 42 Edgewood Road. I prepared a bit of a statement that I'd like to read. Today, I stand before you with a heavy heart, burdened by the disturbing actions of a Board of Education member after the last board meeting on May 23rd. It's a solemn duty to address the bullying of a teacher and a union member that I witnessed, that threatens the very essence of compassion, respect, and fairness in our schools. Education is the cornerstone of our society, and teachers are the architect of a brighter future of our children. They devote their lives to shaping young minds, nurturing their talents, and instilling values that will guide them throughout their lives. It's a noble calling, one that deserves our utmost admiration and support. Yet, last month, we witnessed a disturbing incident in which a board member entrusted with the responsibility of
Madam
safeguarding.
President, if I may,
Yeah.
I would just like to make a comment. While every member of the public has the right to speak, I would recommend that the board not respond to any comments about a board member, and I would note to the speaker to not defame the board member in violation of District Policy 167.
I will restart where I was interrupted. Yet last month, we witnessed a disturbing incident in which a board member, entrusted with the responsibility of safeguarding the interests of both students and educators, breached that trust. That individual, who should be a beacon of integrity, engaged in acts of bullying and harassment against a teacher in this very room. This behavior is not only reprehensible, but fundamentally undermines the values we hold dear. Bullying is a scourge that plagues our society, and it has no place in our schools, especially from those in positions of authority. Teachers deserve to work in an environment that fosters collaboration, respect, and professional growth. They should not have to bear the brunt of bullying, which not only affects their mental and emotional well-being, but also diminishes their ability to provide the quality education that our children deserve. When we choose individuals to serve on our Board of Education, we entrust them with the power to make decisions that shape the future of our educational system. We expect them to act as advocates for both teachers and students, champion their rights, and to ensure a safe and nurturing environment for all. Regrettably, in this instance, this very person entrusted with this responsibility has fallen short. Accountability is the bedrock of any functional and just society. It is our duty as concerned citizens, parents, and fellow educators to demand accountability from those who have been accused of such serious transgressions. We must ensure that the investigation into these allegations are thorough, fair, and unbiased. No one, regardless of their position or influence, should be immune to scrutiny when their actions jeopardize the well-being of our teachers and the integrity of our school system. Let us remember that the strength of our educational system lies in the unity and support that we offer to one another. Together, we can create an environment where bullying is eradicated, where teachers are respected, and where students thrive. I hope our community stands in solidarity with the teacher and union member affected by this unjust action and send a clear message that this behavior will not be tolerated in Edison. Our educational system depends on our collective determination to uphold the highest standards of decency and compassion. The whole board has an opportunity to foster an environment where educators feel valued, supported, and free from the scourge of bullying. I ask you to take that opportunity. Thank you.
Joyce.
Good evening. First, I would like to thank you for making Juneteenth an official holiday as the federal holiday, because somewhere in our town we got it wrong, because we're here representing the whole town of Edison, but it seems that the Board of Ed is the only person that's recognizing the African American holiday. It's a secular holiday. It's not even a religious holiday, but it's a federal and a state holiday. So I wanted to thank all of you that made it possible for us to have that day related. Number two, I along with from other surrounding towns, signed off for a grant for jazz for Edison, because I think we need a little culture, because I want to applaud all the students and everyone and the parents and everybody who received awards, and even the kids who didn't receive awards that tried their best this year. I would like to thank all of them. Well, within my jazz, and I know that other towns do it, I'm going to be emailing the board because I want to show off our jazz kids. You know what I mean? It's a shame because we have really great talent. I've heard them play at different places. So for them to open up, the headliner will be next, but I want to show off my town, all right? And last, I want to ask about your policy on book banning, because we can't seem to get it right downtown. So I'm depending on you guys to set the bar, because I think you're setting it much higher than we're setting it by recognizing and being inclusive to people. So if you can give me a little background on the book banning policy, are we for it, are we against it, or how we're doing that? Thank you.
Dr. Ederle, you.
Book banning, you said?
What
or
is book
burning?
banning? You mean our school library?
Well, it's a going thing, whereas one person says they don't want a book in school, like say, for instance, A Kill a Mockingbird. One person says it, but there's 1,000 other people who want that book. So do we have a policy in place or whatever related to the banning of books? Like if a parent comes in automatically and says, I don't want that book. I don't want my student to read that particular book.
I'm not aware of any policy like
I don't
that.
believe we have a particular policy with regards to that. I don't have it in front of me. I can definitely look at that, but I'm relatively confident that there's...
No, but I'm asking have you been proactive with that, not allowing it or, moving forward with it. That's the part I'm asking. Like, what happens if someone says that, okay? Got to break it all the way down to that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. It would obviously be a conversation with that parent as to the rationale. Obviously there might be some content in that book that they culturally or however they, might object to it. Those would be a conversation between the parent and the teacher, or depending upon where they would take that book out, maybe from the school library. Anything that's textbook related is obviously vetted through our curriculum committee and then adopted and codified that way. But as far as the objections to particular books, those would be individual conversations with moms and dads. I don't believe that is something pervasive that we have here in Edison Township. First I'm hearing of it, but definitely worth a conversation.
No, I know we don't have it in Edison at this particular time, but I'm saying that September or something, someone could walk up and say, well, I don't particularly care for that book or whatever. So I just wanted us to be like ahead of it before it comes around, because, you know, when different elections and different things go about, people tend to act like strange, you know, about different things. So I just wanted to make sure that, I mean, because we're blue ribbon school, so we shouldn't be throwing out any things that might lessen the education of our students at all. That's why I'm very concerned about that.
Board President, if I could just,
Mr.
Joyce,
Patel.
in our next policy meeting, we will go ahead and address that issue and find out what's going on nationally.
We
and
don't
what
have a
can-
policy.
No, we don't.
We
That's why-
don't. So the answer is no. We don't
Right,
have a
but
policy.
Next
banning the
policy
book.
meeting, we'll address it and issue and take a look into it.
We don't
Thank
have a
you.
policy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? See none, motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
No, not June. We're gonna go back.
Oh, yeah, we have some unfinished business to go back to the closed session. But we don't have anything to vote on, so we're not expected to come back to the public session. So do we need a motion to adjourn the public session? Or,
We need a motion to go closed.
You
okay.
gotta
Motion.
read it. You
Motion
gotta read
to
it.
adjourn
You gotta
back
read
to
it.
the closed session.
You
Right, we
got-
can
you
adjourn
gotta
from
read it.
closed, but I'll read this.
Do I need to
So-
read that again? Oh,
Yeah, you have to
can
read it again. In
Okay.
accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, adjournment to a confidential session for the purpose of discussing our legal report with our board counsel. And at that time, we will adjourn from closed session. Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Moen.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.